Hi, I wanted to talk a little bit about this video called the One Drop Rule. This girl has displayed the most outrageous display of self-hate. I literally broke down in tears. I am so saddened and hurt that this kind of issue, this kind of self-hate, this mentality exists in people like her. This girl is pure black. This girl has two black parents. One of the parents is mixed, Creole, and she will say she is not black. She has mentioned the one drop rule, and why do people today agree with the one drop rule? And that it was created to give biracials less status than they had, because they had more status than black people, and she wants that status back today. Basically, she just wants to be better than black people, better than herself. Sweetie, we don't agree to the one drop rule. We're not stuck back in slavery. You are. You have no clue why we call ourselves black. You need to research your history. Try looking up the Black Power movement, the Civil Rights movement of the 60s. Have you heard the song, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud? That song actually means say I'm black, say I'm proud. Do you know the Black National Anthem? Sweetie, you need to get in touch with yourself. We don't follow the one drop rule. You want to follow the one drop rule simply because you don't want to be black. You want to go back in time where you were seen as more than just black, where you didn't have to have ebonics and nappy hair and ghetto define you. It's disgusting. It's despicable. You're less than human. How can you, as a human being, want to go back in time where you had to stand there and idly stand by while you had a different classification from your mother, while your mother was enslaved, beat, and raped, and you want to go back to that time where your mother was different from you, and she was looked at as an animal and as property? What human being would see their mother beaten down, enslaved, even if it was at the hands of their father, and not try to set their mother free or try to help their mother? Who would want their mother to be seen in this classification even today, while they are seen as something else? I didn't get the memo that I'm supposed to want this classification, that because I have a different complexion and different hair from my mother, that I am different from her, that I'm somehow not her seed, and I'm supposed to, because today I was thrown in the same box as my mother, where I wanted to be anyway, because I wouldn't want something that was undeserving, something was just thrown on me by racists. And while my mother had this undeserving, disgusting, despicable thing, and she was enslaved, why would I want this classification? Do you not see how sick and how disgusting it is to want a part of you, to want your mother to be classified as a slave and as a less than human, while you have a secondary classification that isn't as high as white people but isn't as low as black? You want this? Wow. I mean, it's fucking sick. It is fucking sick that you are asking, why do black people, or why do people follow the one drop rule? Why can't you have a classification that you are not black? Why can't you have a different social and racial status from black people, from your mother? Why do you have to have the same unjust, racial, and discriminatory nonsense thrown on you as your mother? Why can't you be free? Why aren't you asking yourself, why can't your mother be free of it? Why are you taking the stereotypes that are thrown on you for your African blood that you know are thrown on you unjustly and throwing them back on other African-blooded people unjustly. Do you not see how sick and disgusting and demented that is? That you use your page is covered with racial, just self-hate, disgusting displays. You have a display of 2 white babies. You're gonna say they're Creole or some bullshit, but the fact of the matter is, Creoles come in every color. I can see if you had a rainbow of Creoles on there and you were truly being true to yourself and loving every part of you, your black part and your Creole part, your mixed heritage, and your page was full of mixed people. But on your page there is nothing but hate, and on your comments there is nothing but hate towards black people, saying you're a different class. It's like, even in your video, you say, what if black people grew up in a different area with the 2 different parents in a white community? Guess what? I grew up in a white community with 2 black parents. I didn't even know what it meant to be black. I didn't even know I was technically black until I was about 17. Because nobody ever said, I didn't know the stereotypes. Nobody ever said any racist shit to me. I didn't know about the stereotypes. The fact that you know about the stereotypes, and then you know that they're thrown on you unjustly, and then you throw them on other black people unjustly, that is the most sick and despicable and disgusting display of self-hate. You are just a moron, a disgusting, moronic human being. Let me get to how we don't follow the one-drop rule and why we say we are black and why you are black. Sweetie, you say that you don't care what people classify you as, because you know what you are and you know what you identify. You're a fucking liar. You got on YouTube, made yourself look like a fucking idiot and a fucking self-hating, hate your parents, hate your blackness, just a fucking disgusting, despicable, demoralized, just not even a human being. Just made it look like you want a different classification from your mother, from your blackness. You don't want to be black. You don't want the stereotypes on you. You make comments that you don't speak Ebonics. You don't have any black people on your page. You only have white people. You say you grew up in a white community. You didn't grow up in a black. What the fuck does being black, growing up in a black culture, have to do with anything? That's what I'm black and I didn't grow up in a black culture. You know what me and you have in common, and what we don't have in common is people look at me and they say I'm mixed, but I am a dark-skinned black person. You know, just like I have features just like yours. The one thing that makes me look mixed is my hair. People look at me and they say, she's not that stereotype of black. There's something about her. Just like people look at your skin, and that's the one thing they see about you. They say she's got black features and nappy hair, but she's got light skin. She's not full black. What is she? You know? That's why people refer to us as mixed. They see us like fucking puppies, like dogs. They're like, when a white person comes up to you, she's like, they're not asking you what you're mixed with because they see any bit of you in them, or they actually care or want to get to know what you are. It's like a poodle, a mutt. They see that it's a poodle, but there's something else in there. They just have to come up to you and satisfy their curiosity and ask you, what else do you have in you? And you gleefully, like a moron, say, I'm not black. And then they laugh to themselves, like, nigga, I know you're black. What else is in there, though? And then you're like, I'm black and white. And you're like, oh, okay. And they walk away. And you're like, why do white people accept me, but black people don't? Because black people know what you are, sweetie. You are the very essence and very definition of what black people is, what black people are. You are so cripple-minded and so diseased and so caught up in slavery. Everything you reference and everything you use to define yourself is from slavery. You think black people are ghetto, slaves, nappy-headed, monoracial. Are you fucking insane? Do you not see black people every single day? Do you not see the black civil rights movement? Did you not see people of every degree and every racial mixture? Do you not see Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks and Hank Aaron and Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, all people of different complexions and different racial mixtures? One thing they hold in common is their African blood. Do you not realize that your family, the family that you don't want to be classified with, fought and marched so we would be classified as black, so we wouldn't have to live on our knees, so we could stand on our feet and be human. That's what that is. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Have you seen the lyrics? It says, we're not going to live on our knees. We're going to stand on our feet. And even if we have to die, we'll die on our feet before we live on our knees. Sweetie, you don't know what it is to be black because you choose not to be black, but you are the very essence of black. As you say, one spokesperson cannot define a race, but there isn't one of you. There are many, there are hundreds and thousands of you, black people of mixed race, who define what black is. It is not all monoracial African. It is people of every varying degree of African blood who fought for our rights to be human beings. You are the very essence and definition of black, but yet you decide to live in slavery and live in the past and belittle and degrade yourself and your blackness and try to run from it because you think you should have a different social classification, like back in the days of slavery when you didn't have to be classified the same as your mother, where you could stand there as a bystander and watch your people, your family, get raped, beaten, and murdered, and have unjust, racist stereotypes thrown on them. I mean, it's just fucking sick and bizarre. It's just fucking sick. What kind of human being stands there and actually makes a rallies? You're rallying for a different classification from your mother. You're rallying that your mother be classified as a slave and you be classified as something different. It is the most bizarre, sick, dehumanizing, disgusting display. Like, I literally broke down in tears crying when I saw this video. I just couldn't understand how you can be so demoralized and so inhumane and so moronic and not even really know what you're saying. I mean, wow. Why do we follow the one-drop rule? Sweetie, we don't follow the one-drop rule today. We follow the rules that we all stood together and we all lived on our knees and we all stood up on our feet together. All of us of African blood, no matter the percent, 1% or 100%, we looked at each other and we said, you are my brother, you are my sister. Haven't you heard that saying, brother and sister? There's a meaning behind that. We are brothers, we are sisters. Our blood makes us one. We are one race. We can never be 100% African, or some of us can never be 100% African or 100% Caucasian or 100% other. But the one thing that we fought for, all of us, that we can all one thing be, is black. We can all be black. We are the very definition, the very epitome, and the very essence of what black is. We are the spokespersons, spokespeople for what black is. I mean, I'm just baffled and in awe, and I'm just, wow. You say you don't care what people call you, but obviously you do. And you care that they call you black, and you don't want that. You don't want to be called black. You actually made a video to say you want to go back to the days of slavery, where you had a different classification than your mother, while your mother was enslaved and you stood by and watched. You don't want to be classified as black. Wow. You don't want to be classified like your mother. That is the most sickening thing I have ever heard. I'm sorry, I didn't get the memo that I should want to have some racist, disgusting stereotypes alleviated from me because I have a different complexion and a different hair type from my mother, while she unjustly is treated and classified as a slave and as ghetto and all this other bullshit. You are one sick, demented, moronic piece of shit. Wow.